Did you learn that from me? Whatever you did. Lies. Full of lies. I do it all the time, so I know you learn from me. Whatever. She's lying. Y'all know she's lying. All right. Number 17. A cell phone company charges $40 for the phone plus a monthly service charge of $25. The equation below shows the cost of Y after X months. Thank you. Full to. It's better than drinking all that stuff that y'all drink. Yeah. All right, so y equals 2x plus 40. Which is true about the relationship between x and y? It is linear and proportional. Is that true? What's wrong with that one? It's not proportional. Why? It has b, right? It is linear and non-proportional. That sounds about right. It is not linear. It's a lie. Of course it's linear. So that one is a lie, right? Too. So it'll be b. And how can you know? How can you tell if it's linear? Yeah. What else? Thank you. Y equals mx plus b. It's in the form y equals mx plus b, whether it is b is 0 or not. That will make it a linear equation. All right. A cheetah's speed was timed over a 50-yard distance. The cheetah was clocked running 60 miles per hour. Which equation shows the relationship between the speed y and time x the cheetah runs? Which one is it? Why is it D? Ah, yes. Did you hear that from the morning? 50 is irrelevant. Can you explain why it's irrelevant? Exactly. That's just the distance. It's like asking Taylor to run on a 400-meter lap, and I'm actually just measuring her speed, right? She could be running on a 400-meter, 800-meter, or 100-meter. It doesn't matter. I'm measuring her actual speed. So. Well, you do, but it's not like that. Is just giving you information of where she's doing it, where they're doing it, but it's not part of the equation. All right. The formula for the volume of a cylinder is V equals area of the base times the height. Which of the following is a verbal description of the volume? The area of the base of the cylinder multiplied by its height. Okay. The radius of the base of the cylinder multiplied by its height. No. We never do that. We have to get the area, right? The lateral area, that alone tells me, nope, has nothing to do with volume. The circumference, no, that's the perimeter, so no. A is the right answer. And that's what capital B stands for, right? Area of the base. Max deposited $1,200 into an account that pays a simple interest at annual rate of 4%. What is the value of his initial deposit after 3 years? Yes. Why do you think it's A? What do you do when you use the formula I equals P times RT? What is that giving you? It gives you the simple interest, right? Go ahead. Hang on. What? How do you get C? Yeah. Hold it there. What is she doing? What kind of interest is she doing? Compound. When you get the multiply the value times the rate, and then you get that total and bring it down to the next year, you're doing compound because you're adding the rate, the interest rate, to the initial value again and starting over. What are we supposed to be doing here? Simple. So what you calculated, Micah, was just the rate. You just calculated the interest rate. Yes, because you only gave me the interest rate, which is 144. That's right. 144 is the interest rate, but it's asking what is the value of the initial deposit. Now, here's the other thing. It's asking for the initial deposit after 3 years. So you're just getting whatever you got for deposit for those 3 years and putting them together, and it gives you 1344. B, yes. You add the initial amount of 1200 and add to that, and it gives you this. So the answer is B. Ryan drew a cylinder with a cone with identical bases and heights. Which of the following is true? The volumes are the same. No, they're not the same because they're different figures. The volume of the cylinder is 3 times the volume of the cone. We know that for sure. I show you that with the little thing, right? Yes. Yes, I may have shown you this with that, right? With the little filling. The volume of the cone is 3 times the volume of the cylinder. Nope, that's flipped. The volume of the cylinder is 4/3 the volume of the cone. What do you see 4/3? What? What do you see that? In the sphere, yes. The sphere is 4/3 of something, right? So, good job. Next one. How can the diagram below be used to explain the Pythagorean theorem? The area of the black square is equal to the sum of the areas of the gray squares. Perfect. There is a little GIF thing that you like a little picture, moving picture, where that the whole thing revolves, and the gray squares have water, and when it revolves and the gray squares are on top, the whole water of both the squares fits perfectly into the black one. It's really cool. I'll show it to you later. What were you gonna say? Yes. All right. So the answer on this one is A, right? Next one. A sphere has a radius of 6 centimeters. What is the volume of the sphere? D. Good. If you notice, they did not use the pi. They did not do anything with the pi. They left it in there. So we know the formula is 4 times. So what do we know that we can plug in here? The radius is what? What can we do? You can start solving it, right? So what is 6 cubed? 216. So you get 4. I can move this around. The pi and everything on top can be moved around in any way. It still works. So you put times 216 times pi over 3. What is 3 times 4 times 216? 864 times pi divided by 3. When you divide 864 by 3, you get 288 pi. Notice that pi doesn't do anything. If you solved it all the way, it gave you a number like, yes, and then you can divide that by pi, and it's going to give you 28. Because over here they didn't multiply by pi. They didn't multiply by pi. They left it there. That means you can go back and divide to it, work it backwards, and it'll give you this answer right here. A fabric storage box is shaped like a rectangular prism with an open top as shown below. How much fabric is needed to cover the exterior of the box? See? So what do we have to do? Find the lateral area, right? Find the perimeter of the box. So 33, 33, 20, and 20. What does that give you? Huh? 106, right? And then you multiply 106 by 16. And what is the lateral area? 96. That is just the lateral area. Now we have to find the area at the bottom, right? We don't care about the top because it's open, but the bottom one we have to. So the area of the bottom would be 660. When you add it, you get this, right? 6, 5, 3, and 2. Yep. Careful with those. A diagonal shortcut across the rectangular lot is 130 feet. Before I even start, what I want to do first, every time you're talking about a particular shape, you draw the shape. When you draw the shape, you have a better idea of what they're talking about. So it's a rectangular lot, right? And diagonally, it measures 130. The lot is 50 feet long. What is the other dimension of the lot? What do you do? Yes. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. We don't know A squared, but we know B squared. We know C squared, right? So what is B squared? Yep. What is C squared? You subtract them. You get A squared equals 14,000 what? 400. You take the square root of both sides, and you should end up with 120. How are we feeling about this? Good? If you have a question, if you don't quite get it, that this is a chance, this is the time when you let me know, so that we can go over them, and I can explain it a little better, or I can just explain it. Are we good? The what? You didn't know that you had to, or you know how to do it? Okay. Yeah, like I said, my best strategy here would be to draw the picture. Draw the picture and then see what they're talking about. And as soon as I drew it, I'm pretty sure you already kind of figured out, oh, that's what I need to do. Make sure you do that. That's all I can tell you. Otherwise, there's no way to figure it out without doing that first. All right, the next one. On the grid below, what is the distance between points A and B? What do you use here? What do you do? Yeah. She said there's some like this. What is wrong about it? No, this is an X. It's just written wrong. X2 minus X1 plus squared plus Y2 minus Y1. Doesn't matter where I put the coordinates. Why? You're adding, but does it matter if I put Y1 first, like Y1 minus Y2? Why not? Not exactly. I want you to think mathematically, not position. You always go to the visual, like no. I want you to think abstractly, like mathematically. Why does it not make any difference, or was it? No, let's say that I made an honest mistake and I actually put the y1 and subtracted the y2. What do I get if I do that? A negative number. Does it matter that I get a negative number? Who says yes? It matters. Oh, come on. It's all telling me yes, and now nobody wants to raise their hand. Who says it doesn't matter? Why? Yep. I didn't hear you. You gotta speak up louder. Everyone says everything until after, like they wait until I say, like, oh, I said that. I thought you, that's exactly what you said. Oh yeah, yeah. Yes. Basically, if I have, for example, it's supposed to be 4 minus 1 minus 2, I get 2, right? If I have 2 minus 4, I get -2. But because I have to square it anyway, I'm gonna get the same number. That's why it doesn't matter. I'm gonna get the same number. -2 times -2 is +4. Yeah. And +2 times +2 is +4, right? Don't worry about it. Don't overanalyze it. So let's find the dot, because she's like, what? Um, what point is this? Yeah, it doesn't matter. And what is this? So I'm gonna make these my ones and my twos. So there's gonna be x1 and y1, x2 and y2. And all you have to do is put it in the calculator as it is and get the answer. Go ahead and do that on your own real quick. Minute. It is 11.3 units, right? And you round. But even if you got whatever, you still figure it out by looking at the numbers. None of the other ones are close to what you got, right? All right, the next one. Tanya and Carmen are traveling at. Oh, this is one of the biggest ones that we had a big, long conversation in my first period. Let's see if you can get it. I personally was not so sure what the answer was. We had to look it up because it's tricky. And by the way, there's nothing wrong with that. That's what mathematicians use pencils all the time. Even at my level, and when we get to the higher level of college using mathematics, we still use pencil because a lot of times we make mistakes. All right, Tanya and Carmen are traveling at the same speed. They're going at the same speed, right? Tanya travels 4 hours. So far, Tanya and Carmen have traveled 4 hours each, right? And it says Carmen drove another half hour and goes 15 miles. So Carmen makes it 4.5, which gave her 15 miles. Which equations can be solved to find how fast the cars were going? I'll give you a couple minutes to look at it. You would think. All right, hang on. Let's have Alyssa. What is your reasoning for picking A? So you eliminated D because of 25, it makes no sense. That's what a reason. All right. And C because 2.5 makes no sense. None of them have a rate of 2.5. And then 3.5 also makes no sense. So you're going by common sense. They can't be right. Okay. I'm not saying it's wrong. Okay, go ahead. Uh-huh. Okay. I want to wait. Go ahead. Yeah, now you're starting wrong. Because the 4.5 is 15. Go ahead, keep going. She kind of went. Which one do you think is the answer? Okay. Hang on. Go ahead. Why do you think it's B? Exactly. She's yes. To what? Yes. Okay, so the idea is you want them equal, right? We know that whenever Carmen goes 4.5, that point 0.5 equals that's 15 extra miles. So you cannot put 4.5 and then add more miles because that's included in it. So to make both equal, if you know that the other one is 4.5, I mean that the 15 miles was for the 4.5, that will make them because this right here it will be. Let me rewrite it. We know that they both went the same amount, right, at the beginning, right? And we know that Carmen went zero point 0.5 more, right? Right? Which is the same thing as 15 miles. So to make them equal, what can you do to the top? Add the 15, right? Well, this was different though. Well, they are. Look at it now. What? Because it tells you right here, half an hour and goes that. In other words, if you go half an hour, you're gonna get you're gonna add 15 miles to it. So whenever you put them together to that, then you'll get this. Yes, and that way you'll be able to figure out because the only information you know is that it was 15 miles. Yes, and that's it. Well, no, I don't know. I'm not gonna say that. Don't yell at me tomorrow. All right. What do you get B on this one? B? All right. The price of 5 boxes of apples is $5. That wouldn't work. Um, the price of 2 boxes of apples and a $5 drink equals the price of 3 boxes of apples. Yeah. That works because the $5 is not relevant to the apples, right? The price of 3 boxes of apples and a no. The price of 2 boxes of apples equals the price. No, that wouldn't work. It has to be B. Good job. Whoa. I ain't white. I'm just kidding. I'm not. I'm Hispanic. Yeah. Huh? You're what? Charlie Brown? Charlie that happens to be brown? Oh, I know who that is. Okay, moving on. Alexander rides his bicycle at a speed of 8 miles per hour. 8 miles per hour. You have to find what to figure it out. What would you have to do? The slope. So I can do this one. And this is going by 8. 8, 16, blah, blah, blah. This is 40, right? 40. And the run will be 5. 40 over 5. What is this? What are we looking for again?
8 miles per hour.
Let's find this one. Guys, last time I told you to be very careful. This one already started at some point. What's wrong with that one? It's not proportional, right? And this one is different too, guys. That one, and let's find this point. And it's 16 over 4. What does that give me? 4. Count. Make sure you count into the axis. That's flat. That won't work. Of course I'm smart. How cool. There you go. A is the answer. All right, the next one. Ben's bikes charge $15.50 per hour to rent a bike and helmet. Kathy's bike shop charges $9.25 per hour for the bike and a flat fee of $12.50 for the helmet rental. For what number of hours are the total charges for both shops equal or the same? What do you do? Not inverse operation. Solve for x, right? Find the equation of 1, which would be 15.5x, right? And then put it equals to 9.25x plus 1250. So solve for it. On your paper, you can do the calculator, people. What's wrong with you? I'm going to do it right here. I'm writing it down up here. I ain't no midget. All right, giant. Uh-huh. You're not. According to the American population, you're not average at all. Quiet. What is it? Did I do that right?
No. It's 6 at 5.25.
Oh. So you would divide by 6.25. 2. Good job, kiddos. Guys, we have time. Calm down. The world will not end yet. The measures of 3 angles of a triangle are 2x degrees, 3x degrees, and x plus 60. What is the value of x? What do you do with those? Yes. Add them all up and put them equals to 180, right? So 2x plus 3x plus x plus 60 equals 180. Combine all the x's, you get 6x plus 60 equals 180. Take away 60 from both sides, you get x equals 120. Divide by 6, what do you get? 20. Good job. Good job, Mr. T. I did it on my own. All on my own. Of course I'm recording. That was Micah talking. What is the solution of the system of equations? What do you do there? So what is it? That's it. Yeah. What is another way of doing it? Yes, you can plug in the x in the equation and both will give you 4, right? So if we do it over here, 2 times x times 2, that gives me 1 plus 3, 4. Negative 2 times 2, negative 4 plus 8, 4. Plug it in, find the points, or you can solve for x. Put it equal to each other. And that's it. Under which transformation is orientation not preserved? What does that mean?
It's not the same. Not the same.
It's not the same. So which one? The orientation? Guys, what does orientation mean? Position, position. Position, right? So when you translate, it's the same position. When you dilate, it's the same position. It's just reflection is the same position. It's just rotation. Yep. You turn, you change positions, right? The next one. Daria apply a transformation to triangle ABC to obtain triangle ABC prime. The two triangles are not congruent. Not congruent. Which of the following could be a transformation? So that's the only one. Now because it's prime, why is the dilation not, it's not congruent? Similar. It's similar shapes. It either gets bigger or smaller. The other ones maintain their position and everything else. We ain't there yet. Calm down. All right, 35. The vertices of a triangle are located at points blah, blah, and blah. The triangle is translated 4 units down and then reflected across the axis to obtain triangle B. Ooh. So what do you do first? Subtract 4 from where? From the y, right? So let's do 1. What is 1 minus 4? Negative 3. And then it says to do what with it? So when you reflect across the x-axis, which ones change? So what would it be for this one? Positive 3, right? Wrong, wrong. Then we have to do these right here. Which ones are they? Huh? We have to do the other one. This one doesn't change, right? Because the A doesn't change at all. I mean, the X value doesn't change at all. All right, let's do all the way to 60. That's 25, right? Yeah. I did too. Yes. Yeah, we do. Yeah. That's only 25 people. That's only 25. To what? I already did. Guys, the PDF file is already on Edmodo. No, I just posted it last night. Look again.